In the first of our series on sales process, we covered sales inquiry generation. Today, our topic of discussion is sales inquiry distribution. Hi, Commander, and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Carbos.
Morning, Taj, and namaskar to everyone.
Commander, our question for you today is, dealerships frequently find it challenging to generate sales inquiries. Once this hurdle is overcome, how do dealerships manage these inquiries, and are these inquiries optimized for distribution?
Right. I think in our previous episode, we were discussing on the first step in sales process, which is inquiry generation. And we spoke about broadly about 4 categories of inquiries, which is walk-ins, tele, digital, and the most important to me is the referral inquiries. And we also discussed about the potential of these inquiries in terms of their conversion factor. We said tele, walk-in, and digital. Currently, it's about 20%, which is, of course, very, very low. And referral inquiries are about 50 to 60%. That is as far as inquiry generation is concerned. Now, once the inquiries are generated, the next very important step, like you mentioned, is about how you distribute these inquiries to the sales consultants. Now, is it important? To me, it's the most important thing because inquiries are a big assets, and if you don't give it in a very scientific manner, then you will find these inquiries are wasted in a big way. And that is exactly what happens in most of the dealerships. What really happens today is inquiries come, they are given to sales consultants with very ad hoc basis. There is no really a monitoring system which exists. With the result, these inquiries are wasted, and that is the reason we land up and say, "Oh, we don't have enough inquiries." Inquiries are there, but they're not utilized well. So my recommendation and suggestion is that every dealership must have a very robust process which will ensure that the inquiries goes to the right consultant and then in quantities which is manageable, which we will discuss. If this process is there, then everything is taken care of. This is what I call the distribution of inquiries. Now, I remember we had implemented what we call a sales planning in our dealership. Now, what the sales planning says is that every sales consultant at the beginning of the month is given a particular sales target. That's everyone does that. Now, the basis of giving the sales target is on his seniority, his experience as a sales consultant. Once that is done, the next part is how these inquiries are to be given to him. Now, the distribution of inquiries to a consultant is based on his target first. The second is how much is his experience in the dealership. This is very important. And also the importance that as you get senior as a consultant, you are expected to generate your own referral inquiries. These are the 3 factors that are really come into play as to how inquiries are to be distributed. That is the seniority of the sales consultant, of course, his target, and the number of referral inquiries that we expect him to generate on his own. This becomes the basis. Now, let us take an example. In a particular dealership, if we have a consultant who's got more than 3 years of experience, sales experience.
Yeah.
And let's say we assign him a target of 10 cars. And let me tell you, these targets must be set right in the beginning of the month. It's not in the first week. The first day of the month, the targets must reach. Every consultant must know his target. Let's say 10 is his sales target. And we expect him, being a consultant with 3 years of experience, to have at least 5 referral inquiries to be generated on his own that particular month. With 5 referral inquiries at a 60% conversion, he gets 3 bookings.
Correct.
So out of the 10, 3 cars comes from referral inquiries, which leaves him with just 7 cars. Now, for the 7 cars, what are the type of inquiries that he should be given? Now, very importantly, consultants with more experience should be given inquiries which are outside the showroom. That means they go and meet customers either through when they get, what you call telephone inquiries or digital inquiries. And they should be given minimum number of walk-in inquiries. Why this is done is because as you get more experience, you have the confidence to go and meet a prospect customer at his place, at his office, and be able to convince him, give him test drive outside, which a junior consultant will not have the kind of requisite skills. That is a basis. So
Yes.
if he is to do 7 cars, logically, what you should be getting is, but I just worked it out, he should be getting about 6 walk-in inquiries, 10 tele inquiries, and about 12 digital inquiries. That means the number of walk-in inquiries is reduced. Now we are looking at these inquiries on a conversion of 25%. We expect
Yes.
that 25% of these inquiries are converted on the basis.
Yes.
A person with 10 cars target, 3 cars he gets to his own through referral inquiries. The balance cars for which he is given 10 walk-in, 10 referral tele inquiries, is given 12 digital inquiries, and just 6 walk-in inquiries.
Okay.
That is a distribution. That will actually been very, very optimized. Now let us look at a junior consultant, someone who is with less than 1 year of experience.
Yeah.
Now, let's say he'll be given, this is more than 6 months, but less than 1 year. He should be given a target of 5 cars. Now, out of these 5 cars, he should be able to get about 1 or 2 referral inquiries because you would be having some sales done and some of the customers with whom he is in proper touch.
True.
Now, that will give him 1 car from referral inquiries, which leaves him with a target of just 4 cars from the other sources of inquiries. Now, he being a junior guy, at 25% conversion that we talked about, he should be given, let us say, walk in at 12, he'll be given 2 tele inquiries and 2 digital inquiries. Now, the distribution is very clear. He is
Yeah.
given more walk in inquiries because he doesn't have the experience of going out, but at the same time, you should not be, sort of shielded a lot. He's given 2 inquiries of tele to go and meet customers outside and 2 digital. So that becomes an optimized target or inquiry allocation. Now, there are a lot of times what we see is there's a feeling that senior guys, senior consultants will be able to handle walk-in inquiries better. I can tell you from my experience, which I've done very exhaustive analysis and seen in real life, the senior a consultant gets, the lesser he becomes in terms of process, adherence.
Okay.
And whereas a junior consultant, he is really, really good with walk-in customers because he's just been trained, his soft skills are very sharp, he's very good in all other skills in terms of his explanation of the car, very good in terms of process for adherence. So you will find that the conversion of walk-in inquiries is much, much better with a junior consultant than a senior consultant. This I have seen and I have no doubt about it. So
Okay.
don't ever think that giving more walk-in inquiries to a junior consultant is detrimental to the organization. No, it is not. It is the best thing to do. So this is the way that distribution of inquiries have to be done. Now, we talked about 3 years and somebody with less than 1 year. Now, the same thing applies to people at various seniority levels. That has to be worked out. Now,
Yeah.
once these targets are set right in the beginning of the month, this is not the end of it. Where things go wrong is as the month progresses, how are these inquiries really distributed? Is it in compliance with the planning that we've done? Now, this is the responsibility of the team leaders. And team leaders on a daily basis have to keep monitoring to see are the sales consultants getting inquiries as per their allocation, as per the distribution setup, or is it just being given? And many times you will find it is not adhered to. And that is where the entire system collapses.
Yes.
Very important too is for the team leader to see if someone has been given inquiries as per the plan and he is not converting them. There must be a pause. Stop giving further inquiries. And
Okay.
tell him very clearly that unless you start converting them into bookings, you are not going to get further inquiries because there is always a tendency with sales consultants. They try and take more and more inquiries and expect, by good luck, they'll get some of them converted. That is normally the mentality. If they
Yeah.
get 10 inquiries, at least one will get converted. Now
Right.
that is wasting inquiries. So very, very clearly, the team leaders must ensure there is no deviation from the set allocation. It is very, very clearly followed, very diligently followed. And this is where the sales managers and the general managers, etc., come in to make sure. Now, if this is followed, I can assure you that there will be no wastage of inquiries. There will be better conversion because they know that if you don't convert, further inquiries will not come in. And
Right.
you will find those people with a better conversion will get more inquiries, which do not go into somebody who is very poor in conversion, and they get a better target achieved. So I think distribution of inquiries is a missing link in most of the dealerships. They are just given a target and they're left to themselves, their good luck, their kind of relationship within the organization, and they manage to take away the larger chunk of inquiries which gets wasted. Now, if this is done well, then you will find that inquiries are optimized, you will be able to achieve your targets, and those who are not doing well either will stay on and improve themselves or they'll leave the system. But inquiry is something which should not never be wasted. Please remember, they are very, very scarce and they're very important asset to the organization. So this sales planning is something that must get implemented, and you'll see the results will be really, really optimal.
There you go, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you with a new topic on the next one.
Thank you. Taj, namaskar.